Elon Musk sent another email to all Tesla employees, and this time he says, please also do the same when cars are returned from service. This is very important. So all of these people are going to get free FSD drives. Meet Kevin has a take about Elon Musk sending emails to Tesla employees. Number one, is this bullish for Tesla? Is this a red flag on margins and low take rates? Or is this the end to seamless deliveries? It's probably a combination of all of these. FSD 12.3.1 is very good, but is this being done to avoid dropping the FSD price? Just sell better. Blame the sales team if you don't get the result. Farzad thinks this will put pressure on sales to ensure everyone is aware of the technology. It will also flood the AI team with feedback from first-time users that are completely unaware of the technology, and in the process it will boost take rates as well as margins. In the end, Kevin's conclusion is that it does make sense for Tesla to do this financially. The results will quickly pay for the extra expense that Tesla will need to pay for the staff. ARK Invest has a take on Elon's email. People will probably see this as Tesla looking to sell FSD. The reality is that FSD will sell Teslas. A happy FSD user will exhort friends and family to buy Tesla. I am massively happily addicted to FSD. Life would be much worse and less safe without it. With FSD, Tesla has performance that massively matters that no other company can emulate or compete against. And of course, getting more people to experience, understand, use, and rely upon the software will also generate additional data volume. Over time, this will become critical to enable sufficient geographic data breadth to continue Tesla's model improvement trajectory. Elon agrees with Brett's take. Rohan had a comment too. I feel fully comfortable telling my family to try out FSD anywhere. If I'm totally honest, that hasn't necessarily been the case off-highway till recently. Every Tesla owner that can utilize FSD should do so for the safety benefits alone. What's most exciting to many of us is the magical scientific advancement and progress from the Tesla AI team. It has me wanting to drive much more than ever before. Someone is collecting disengagement data for FSD, so this is actually much better than just looking at someone else's video. Driving FSD looks like average miles per disengagement, which stood at 100 miles before, went up to 264 miles so far, also known as a 63% reduction in disengagements. And because V12.3 is still so new, I think we don't have enough data really, so this number could still go up. And here's a lot more data. FSD V12.3 looks to be 3 times better than FSD 11 based on the user submitted intervention data. This is from 129 entries covering 2,400 miles. It's not a huge set of data, but it is decent. Looks like 769 city miles have been driven before a critical disengagement. James says FSD is incredibly human-like here. This turn took 45 seconds to make. There's no doubt that FSD V12 is much better compared to V11. But there are definitely still issues. You can see there's an issue with the trailer here. Woo, it got really close there. All Tesla needs to do is just collect more data with trailers and it will fix the issue. But if you see a trailer like that, I suggest that you disengage. Emmett Peppers now has FSD V12. He says instant upgrade from War Class L2 ADAS to baby level 5 full autonomy. I had a few 30-minute drives with 0 interventions. Navigating traffic downtown areas and highways in Northern California. Impressive decision making by the end-to-end neural net, resembling human-like thinking and adaptability. Successful parking maneuvers, including parking in front of my house autonomously. 0 intervention so far, except for the 1 parking attempt at and of below video. So it wasn't a safety critical disengagement. The vehicle just didn't decide which parking spot to take, and it just kept going around, I guess. And here's Emmett's conclusion. The end-to-end neural network approach is undoubtedly the way forward for FSD. Robotaxis seem imminent, assuming consistent improvements in upcoming versions. While I have been overly excited about FSD progress in the past, only to face stagnation, I'm cautiously optimistic this time. The next 1 to 2 versions will be crucial in determining if this breakthrough is sustainable. Emmett also anticipates that 2025 will be the next meaningful year for stock performance. Here's another person who just got V12.3 for the first time, and he's really happy. Ahmed has a rather interesting observation. It's fascinating to be able to observe my FSD V12 car has almost like genuine thoughts in weird scenarios that require fast decision making or predictions. It's weird because it seems to succeed in doing this in a way that could in no way be heuristically coded for some scenarios. And this is very telling. So before FSD V12, only 42% of this person's driving was done on FSD. With V12.3, it's now at 99%. Yeah, at this point, we can very safely say that it's not just Omar being super excited about getting no intervention drives. Seems like no intervention drives are now commonplace. As Gerber points out a few weaknesses of FSD V12.3, it purposely drives very slow, painfully at some points, but it worked very well, better than ever. It does hug the left side of the lane too much and gets too close to stuff, but I did have to intervene, says Ross Gerber. So no doubt overall, he says that FSD has taken another big leap forward. Is Ross Gerber going to go from a bit of almost like a bear about Tesla stock to perhaps coming back as a big bull? The Tesla community has been waiting for that one FSD moment when everything changed, when it got so good that the whole narrative would change. I think we could be living in that moment right now with FSD beta V12. Tesla has a ton of eyeballs on them and a lot of journalists ready to pounce on them if anything goes wrong. Because Tesla is willing to take the risk with these test drives and free trials, it tells me that Tesla is very confident in their newest FSD builds. Some people are asking why it's only 1 month free trial if FSD beta V12 is good enough. And it looks like it is. A single 30 to 60 minute drive should be enough to get people hooked. It's just like a Tesla demo drive. Butts in seats sells Teslas. Experiencing a really smooth FSD beta drive could definitely increase take rate. And Omar put FSD pricing in perspective. Imagine if you could have unlimited Uber rides for $5 a day without anyone annoying you in the car. That's what currently FSD pricing is. People will only realize in the future how cheap it really is today. If you like drinking really fancy coffee, you're going to pay a bit more than how much FSD would cost you per day if you subscribe.